it's fun. The main thing is I get a lot of enjoyment out of this, and I really feel good about things that express what I'm thinking of.
They're narratives. They're narratives about my life. Included in almost every painting is references to a very important event or certain people that are influencing my life at the time I'm painting it. So they're narratives. They're very personal.
Actually, these pieces, for the majority, are landscape influenced and really dealing with materiality in terms of using the acrylic gels for texture and acrylic gloss mediums. Landscape in a dual sense, this piece and this and the one that's out of the frame, I consider almost like a planetary surface, like looking down with the craters and the sort of weathering that you might get from bombardment from space, for example. So yeah, these pieces are sort of one body of work that in itself has various streams within it, some more colorful, the majority of it in black and white. This is all acrylic basically. There was one piece that incorporated kosher salt. And actually, no, I take that back. And a couple of pieces that incorporate powdered graphite, which I mix with a clear acrylic medium. And again, it gives a texture that I can control through the various proportions of graphite to, or powdered charcoal, to the acrylic medium. And it gives it's a real spontaneous way of working because I mix it on the surface and then use palette knife to spread it and shape it. No, just thanks for showing me here at Glen Echo.
Well, I grew up in this area and spent a lot of time as a child canoeing, fishing, swimming, even swimming in the Tonic River. And I just always wondered, where did this river begin? Where did it end, and what lay in between? And that sort of got me started on a journey of photographic discovery. I worked on this, well, I started taking photographs many years ago, but I got really focused on the project. When I got really focused on the project, it was probably about 3 years in my spare time. Well, I wanted to communicate just how complex this river and beautiful this river was. I think it's something in this Washington area, it's more of an annoyance as we get stuck on bridges that, as we're trying to get across the river, going to and from work. And I saw something a lot more beautiful, a lot more dynamic, and I really wanted to say something about that and show people just how beautiful and how much character this river has. Our rivers, not just the Potomac, all rivers are national treasures, and they really deserve our appreciation and our protection. Thank you.
My work is about balance. The balance between the medium itself and the imagery, the destruction and rebirth of the subject matter, how things are often contradictory, yet they tend to meld well together. They often complement each other. So the structure of the forms versus the chaos that they're kind of melded into is really what's interesting to me about the work itself. In terms of getting traditional mediums such as oil paint to kind of meld with more non-traditional mediums like spray paint, that's what I'm interested in. How do I get all these different mediums, which are always competing for attention, to really kind of be one with each other and complement each other and be a functional piece of artwork? As long as it has movement and as long as it has balance, I'm usually pretty happy with the piece itself. I make art I want to see.
Paintings, I'm mainly celebrating the figure, the drawing, and highlighting the drawing. So I pretty much leave the image, the figure, by itself, or don't go into it with the pigment, but it's embedded in layers of the clear and caustic medium. And I may do more drawing using an inscribing tool around the figure, emphasizing lines, and then I do more mixed media, collage elements in the background. So the background may even be seen as an abstract painting. And I use postcards, handmade papers, sometimes fabric. You can look close and find a lot of different things, even some of the birch. And we're doing a series of books that my husband has written, short stories, poems, and songs, my husband David Hubbard, about these paintings. The first is Poems from Within, and that's going to be about 20 poems and the corresponding paintings that he's written about. So that should be coming up a little later this year. There's a song about this one over here, You're Welcome, which I've even included the title Milkmaid because that was part of the song that he's written. I'm also an instructor at Glen Echo Park and Yellowburn Studios. I teach children's art classes, and parent and child. I have a class coming up in April. And in May, I have an encaustic and mixed media workshop, also June, at the Yellowburn Studios.
My guitars are an extension of my functional sculpture that I've been doing. All of my work is wood carving. But I did a lot of lamps, chairs, and ending with guitars, of which I've always had a lifetime love of, but no ability to play. I found that out in guitar lessons in high school. But I went ahead and used the guitars as my stepping stone to express much cultural love that I have for science fiction topics, everything rock and roll. And this is Wheelie in Yellow Heart, painted with enamels. I've done lots of enamel painting on many pieces, but more and more so just using the wood grain itself